Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends. Good evening, fans. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Actually, I never make videos on Facebook, but something triggered me to make this video, and matters like this, I think, interest me somehow. There was this lady I saw in Facebook that was making a video about German government taking away her children and giving her injection, maybe to facilitate her death or something like that. I want to talk about that. My dear sister, I don't know what your case may be. I don't know why such thing could happen to you. Though somehow I'm a little bit cold to believe that, because I know that here there are things that cannot just be done anyhow because of the human right here. We come from Nigeria. We live here in Germany. I think everybody have a right to live. As far as I am concerned, that is in their constitution. If they did that and you have something to prove that, my dear, is a big case, But if you don't have anything to prove that, maybe be mindful of your words. Taking away your children, it happens not only in Germany, it happens everywhere, in the UK, in the United States, almost everywhere in the Western world. And before government can take away your children, there must be a reason. Big reason. They don't just take them away like that. Only when you are sick, when you are incapable of taking care of those children, when the life of those kids are in danger around you, when you are drug addict, when you are alcoholic, then such thing could come up. Or when you are mishandling those kids, then they can't take them away from you. But I don't want that thing to happen to anybody. Nobody, no mother deserve to watch the government or anybody taking away their children. It's just like back home those days. If you can remember, when we play, we don't dare play around mother hen, especially when she just bringing out her little kids, little hen, little, how do you call them, little hen. You understand what I'm trying to say? When they're out, she is always aggressive. Just passing around her, she's ready to fight. That is exactly how every mother feels. So I can feel that thing in that woman now. But there is one mistake we do make, which I really want to talk about. I want people to share this video so that we will learn. We need to learn. We African, especially Nigerians, we need to learn. Because without us learning, without us knowing some certain things, we will be having this mistake or these problems every time. What am I trying to say? We are here in a foreign land. Don't expect them to love you with all their heart. These people don't know us. Even when they do, the story of our background the story of our country. Don't give them the opportunity to come to know us more. It's not as if they are so bad. Some of them are very, very good. When they come closer to us, they're like, wow, I never know that you people are interesting people. I thought you guys are like this or the other way around. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that we should start telling our stories by ourselves. Because I think the media has been the people telling our stories to the foreign people. And that is what they are judging us with. And to couple with that, some of us, will I say out of inferiority complex, or will I say out of ignorance, or out of illiteracy, or out of idiotic, make some of us, when we come here, we choose to run to the side of the white people, thinking they're better. You want to get favor in their hands. My dear, you can't. These people are not steady. It's their nature. They are not steady. They can't be with you all the time. Just take for example, we grew up in a family. We know family, even though things are changing now. These people don't know what we know. They don't know that togetherness. When you are so close to them, you begin to choke them. They want to let go. They want to get rid of you. It hurt me the more sometimes when I pass through the street and I will see a black sister. I'm like, hi. They will ignore you and pass by. Their reason is what I don't know. Maybe they are thinking, what can she offer? Or maybe they think knowing them is blocking their chances of being what they will be. My dear, that is a mistake. We need one another. We need to come together. We need to love one another. We need to come close. We need to work together. You being on your own or running to the hands of the white people are not going to make you better thereof. Myself, my kids, when they were small, believe me, I train them up in a way that whenever they see a black brother or a black sister, they always believe they are my sister. They come back home telling me, Mama, I saw your sister today. Mama, I saw your brother. I'm like, which of them? Yeah, as I was passing, I saw your brother. I understand what they mean. What they mean, they saw a black person like me. But today, what are we seeing? Your fellow black sister or black brother will see you and pass you by. It's a shame. It's a big shame. I know some of you ladies, yeah, you came through maybe Libya, then Libya to Italy, and then Italy to here. They didn't inform you well. That period, the only information you girls or ladies were having, oh, go to Germany with your kids, they're going to pay for your kids, they give you a house, you're not going to work, you get money. Yeah, these people have this little change to give us. But what do they take in return? They take your liberty. They take your common sense to think how to make your own money by yourselves. Why don't we ask ourselves a question? Who doesn't like money? Why don't they have 10, 20 children? Because it's their own country that is giving out this money after all. But with all this money, you see them having one child. Majority of them is 2. And their crying is too much for them. And we that know the distance we have behind us will come here and start giving kids like tomorrow no day. At the end of the day, what do we get? What is life? Yeah, everybody knows that children are special gifts from God. You don't just get them anyhow. It's only when it pleases God that you get them. They are special gifts. They are really precious. They are more precious than diamond either. But What does it profit you to bring all these children into the world and let government take them away from you just like that woman is crying? So now they have taken those kids. That means that money some of us were having at the back of our mind to come and collect here is also gone, because they cannot give you those money when those kids are not living with you. And what comes? Frustration. Let us use our brain. Let us use our brain. All of us supposed to be ambassadors to our country. Look at what is happening in our country today. If each and every one of us start taking home what good thing we have learned from this country, my dear, our country will be better than here. But what can we offer to our country? What can we offer to our country? Some of us, when you get home, the ladies there, their children looks more healthier than our own children. Their children have better life than our own children here. They travel all the way from Nigeria to other parts of the, maybe to Western African country or the parts of Nigeria, as in Europe, take their kids to holidays. And we live in Europe, yet we can't even take our children to the next neighboring country for 3 days holidays. Is that something to be proud of? Why won't they insult us when we go after them, begging for them to give us something? When we subdue ourselves to them, making them believe we are poor just for them to dash us what they have remaining. My God, it hurts, you know. I've been keeping this to myself for some time, but I think it's time I let them go. It's time I let them out. Change your ways, our Nigerian women. Let us change our ways. Let us think about the future of these children. Because I know some of us, we are struggling to hold our future back. But these innocent children deserve to have a better future. And you have to work your ass out to give these children a better future, so that they don't cry like we are crying on the social media. What are we talking about? We set ourselves as peanut to the hands of the white, just as they did those days to our great-grandfathers. And now we came with our legs, with our hands, with our whole body to enslave ourselves again, and yet you said they are enslaving you? No. No, they are not enslaving you. We are the one enslaving ourselves. We are the one enslaving ourselves, believe it or not. Hate me or like me, ask people who knows me. I'm good in telling people the truth without minding what you are going to think about me. Enough is enough. Enough, I said, is enough. And if we don't learn something now, if we don't learn something, not that we are going to be the slaves, we are going to let our children be slaves to the children of these people. The same children they went to the same class with. The same children they went to the same schools and the same kindergarten with. And that is going to be a slap. But I promise you and I pray that it's not going to happen. At least not for me or for people I know. What is happening? If you want to tell your story, tell the true story to the world. Say your mistake. Start by saying the truth. There's something I tell people. I argue with people. I do talk to some people sometimes. Tell them the truth. I tell most people, if you enter a country, first of all, try to know how that country operates. I know that anybody that lives in Germany, all of us have one problem. And that problem is language. I can understand when somebody say my problem in this country is language. But don't forget, language is the key. Without the language, my dear, without the language, it's hard to live in any country that doesn't speak the same language with you. Just like in Nigeria, if the German, come to live in Nigeria, if not because our people will sell their birthright to them, they should be facing exactly what some people are facing here as well, because they can speak good English. Just little percent of them. So what is my advice? My advice to us is this. If you are in this country or you are about to come into this country, think about the language. Think about the language. Try to mingle with your people. Just even if it's to ask question, how does it work here? Only through that means you can know how to move on. Because they're not going, even these people, some of them will not even tell you your left from your right. Because they don't even want you to be better than them. We know that we Nigerians, we are blessed, we are talented, we are intelligent. We are the people who can survive in any situation. But try and unite a little bit. Try and be your brother's keepers. If not for anything, just for the fact that we are living in a foreign land. By the time we get to Nigeria, we can say to your tent Israel. Instead of us to be together, what do? We end up enaming ourselves. And tell me, how do we grow when we are not united? How do we grow? How do our children grow when you are not in good time with me? There is no way my children are going to be in good time with your children. And we all are forgetting that these kids are the ones who are going to stay after we might have gone. Have you ever think how it's gonna be for them? Stop blaming them. They have to be together in their own circle. And that is why we have to be together in our own circle as well. Just like the Turks are doing. The Russians, the Polands, they come together. But Nigeria, wonderful people. Real wonderful people. So my friend, my dear sister, I don't know who you are. I know in all what you are crying, there must be some atom of truth, area that they might have wronged you. But believe me, they are able to do that because they know you don't know your left from your right. So it is never late. You can fight for your right. Fight for your right. And you will get your right because it's in the law here. I don't need to talk too much. But I think with time, I will be dropping something here to tell us how some bitter parts and some other parts we need to know, or the little I know about this country, to share my experience with people. Maybe, who knows, it could help one or two persons. But the truth is, let us work together. You don't need to be someone's friend to work together. But go closer to your people. Go closer to your people. Stop running to the white. Stop running to them. They will help you today and turn their back against you tomorrow by the time they find anything wrong or anything fishy from you. Because sometimes they are straightforward people. When they find out that you're not straightforward, they are going to run away from you, and they will kick against you. They will make you suffer. They will make you feel like hating yourself. But your brother or your sister will know where you wronged and tell you the truth and still accept you back. So please, my sisters and brothers, let's help our children. Let's help these wonderful children God has given us to grow. Let's help them to grow up in a right way. Because only we, the parents, can do that. If we don't do that, the government will come in and take them away from you. If we don't do the right thing, they will come in because they know where to catch you. They know exactly how to do it. Imagine some of our sisters, after passing through a lot of trouble to pass through Libya, enter Europe, some of them, out of misled, they came to Germany because they said it's better here. What happened to most of them? They were deported. They were deported. Most of them were deported. All their effort was in vain because they had nobody to go to, nobody to talk to, nobody to tell them the truth, nobody to tell them how it works. Here, have a procedure. And we can't boycott that procedure. Believe it or not. That is why some people, they criticize these people. They criticize the Germans. They will go with procedure. And only through that procedure, they don't hear I beg. They don't hear I didn't know. So you must go through that procedure to get to where you want to go. And when you don't know that procedure, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You will find yourself in a tight corner. That is why you need your fellow brothers. You need your fellow sisters. Tell them the truth. Tell them what you want to know. I mean the ones. Stop believing they say. This country, you go to the office, ask them question. Thank God today we are in a world of computer or internet or millennium. That's everybody have access to internet. What you don't know, just go to Google Translator. Write it in English and ask Google to translate it for you in Dutch. I mean German language. Once done, take it with you to that office. Play it for them. So as I was saying, all you need to do, go to Google Translator, write whatever you want in English and ask Google to translate it. And you take that phone to them, show them that, and they will understand. Rather than believing things from the road or from street or from people who don't even know how it goes. That is sometimes where our problems normally start. How can you live in a country that you don't understand the language, you can't speak the language, you can't read your letter when it comes, you can't even know, you only people you meet is still these white people? Tell me, are they gonna side you and be against their country? Sorry, it's not done. Let us wash our eyes. Let us think. But for me, the most important thing is our children. I wish we do things right so that our children will not pass through whatever thing we might have passed through here. Thank you.